y'all. Welcome
Welcome.
to Shade and the City.
Yes,
I
yes.
am your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And y'all, we are getting into Power, of course, season 3, episode 6, The Land of the Lies. So, y'all, as you're coming into the chat, into the live, please make sure that you're hitting the like button. So you're letting YouTube, letting the algorithm know that you're here, attracting people to the chat. So, we have more people to tussle with.
Yes, and that subscribe button so you can join
Oh
our
yeah, and
family.
subscribe as well if you're not already subscribed, but don't unsubscribe yourself. We don't want you to do that, please. And yeah, y'all, let's open up this intro. It's a lot to unpack. I'm still questioning who the hell is Noma's daughter, y'all. And I need some answers. Jeremiah, thank you for being the first here in the chat on time. Love it. We got to send you some Shade in the City merch.
He said, I was waiting at you at the door.
Yeah, he was. But yeah, all right, y'all. Let's run this intro and we will get to it in just a second. All right. Oh, wow. Already got 4 people in the chat. Thank y'all for being timely. Look at that.
What up, Reddy?
Look, hey, Reddy. People be talking about CP time. Look at y'all. I appreciate it. So, y'all, as we know, we open up this episode. And if you haven't already, I'm going to say it again. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Subscribe button.
Yes. So, Lorenzo is unalived, y'all. He got, hey, Blatant Truth. So yeah, Lorenzo is gone, y'all. And oh, here we go. They tussling in the chat already. So Lorenzo is gone, y'all. And Monet is at the morgue identifying his body.
What does he mean? We've seen Lauren's parents before.
Oh no, I think was somebody suggesting that possibly Noma's daughter could be Lauren. I don't know.
No way.
I was gonna say there is no way. Blatant Truth already said, I got questions about Jenny when we get to her, please. Absolutely. Just raise the hand. Just put the hand emoji. So yeah. Diana smashing Salim. So Ready, you got your wish. We got to see Diana and somebody else.
But did he see titties though? Did he see titties? I don't think he saw titties. I don't think he saw no titties. But, so he still really didn't get his wish.
But we got to see somebody else outside of Drew get a little attention. So
I guess.
Now Kane and Drew are at the penthouse. Drew is out here drawing pictures of Gordo and texting him to see where he at. Oh,
dirty Diana.
You're ready. Now Kane is over here playing cards. I'm sorry, playing cards. I was like, "Are you shooting dice at the table? Do they do that now?" And
with anybody but.
And all of a sudden, everybody hears the news that Lorenzo has passed away,
and
everybody is really sad and heartbroken. So then Effie wakes up the next morning and notices that Tariq has been hella quiet, and looks at her phone and lets him know that obviously Lorenzo has been shot and killed, and asks if he knows anything about it. And he basically denies that he knows anything, and he's getting up to go. And she mentions that he looks like he's seen a ghost. And, he goes to roll off and tells her he had something to do before class, y'all. And what? Just a simp in love with his daddy's kills.
Killer.
Killer.
She corrected, yeah.
Effie probably thinks Tariq killed Lorenzo. I agree, Jeremiah. I definitely got that vibe. And we're going to get into that because I was telling Nels behind the wall, but I was like, why are we confessing to Effie and not offing her? Like, where we do that at? But we'll get there when we get there. So
you realize she had her own piece on her, right?
It don't matter.
I don't think he came out there with nothing. he seemed like
he's stupid.
He had no
So Davis is calling Sax, and Sax walks in and lets him know Lorenzo has been, unalived. And Davis says he'll reach out, and then brings up that Tariq mentioned to him that they're investigating Lauren's death, and they need to know if his name is coming up in the investigation. Of course, Sax act like he don't know nothing. Of course, he gets a text from Jenny, and he's thinking that maybe they can get back together. That's really what he was thinking, y'all. He was thinking it was post Sax.
He's trying to play hardball, though. He's trying to play hard to get because he likes her.
I don't know why, because she don't care. She does not care.
She's using that poor baby.
So, he tells Davis, I'm going to circle back. I'm going to spin the block, and I'll let you know, if I find out anything. And then he asks how his brother is doing, and Davis lets him know that, he's not doing very well. And basically, he needs somebody in the governor's office to expedite and move things around so he can get Theo. We already said we don't know who Theo is no more. He don't go here. It's not Redman. If it's not Redman, we don't want him. We don't want
Redman is Theo. Whoever this is, that's T.
Okay, right. So yeah, what your thoughts about that? And obviously we know he's getting ready to go talk to Tate, which we know that. I mean, that wasn't surprising. Now, Lauren is reminiscing on her wild night out. Okay, hold on. Jeremiah said the night Tariq went out was also the same night Lorenzo got killed. So Effie might tell Kane about this, and Kane is going to think Tariq killed his dad.
Jeremiah,
I'm scared now. If you said it, I'm believing it.
But no, I mean, the fact that he even came up with that, like,
he's good. He's good.
That boy good.
That boy good. Now, I will say, and I don't think he's hopped in the chat yet. I will say that some people that I know were a little bothered about the whole Kane and Effie thing towards the end of the episode, but we'll get into that. They didn't like that. Mr. Wright. Fixing my nose ring, y'all. Not digging up my nose. Fixing the ring. I don't want y'all to get it confused. So, but yeah, no. He was like, I don't like that whole dynamic. Reddy said, Reddy? Like, I guess he coming at Jeremiah's theories.
I felt like that was pretty good. I didn't even think about the fact that it was the same night.
Right. So anyway, Lauren is reminiscing on her night out. Apparently, she went to go see her parents and Tariq, and she's now in her old house. She wakes up and runs down the stairs because she hears somebody come in, and she's hoping it's her mama and daddy. And of course, it's Jenny. And she's sitting there, and she lets her know that, Sax told me you had no right to hold me here. You're holding me hostage. And basically that, Tariq had nothing to do with her killing, and she's been lying to her this whole time. And so what happened? Kane always be going after college girls. Right. Find someone your own age, Kane.
Blatant truth said ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Right. So yeah, basically she tells her that, she's going to have to testify, and it doesn't matter what she wants. She got to be here for it. And she keeps telling her Effie is the one that tried to kill me, not Tariq, basically. Like, y'all trying to get the wrong person. So I don't understand. And they clearly moved her parents for her safety, which I was like, damn, how do you make the parents move too? So I said, well, and she basically said that
just like they did with Tariq's parents, Tariq's mom and sister.
And then hold up, Blatant Truth wants to know, why does Jenny have keys to the parents' house, and where are they? We was just talking about.
She said that she had to they moved the parents to keep them safe, and they had to keep the house intact for the cover. So they took the parents, got the keys, and I guess they're trying to make it look like maybe the parents still living there, or like keeping the house intact.
All I know is she threatened her basically and said, until you cooperate with the investigation and it's over.
She said, "No, Jenny is lying.
You can't see your parents." I like how Tariq did not tell any of them. Lauren is still alive. He's playing chess with them. I noticed that too, Jeremiah. I said, you're right. Chess, not checkers. Chess, not checkers. Nah, Jenny is lying. I think she's lying as well, because we know that she's a liar now. She lied to everybody. So that does not, I don't find that surprising. And I think eventually she's going to be like every other district attorney that we've seen. And her lies are going to get her caught up, and she's probably going to lose her job, just like the previous. That's my theory on this one. But now Tariq tells Effie he wants to take her out alone. I said, "Oh, here it come." Jeremiah, I was convinced Effie was gone this episode. I was convinced. And basically tells her, she's so excited. And they go to class and talk about how America, and the world in general is a land of lies. They discuss fake news. And the subject of Lorenzo comes up in the class because Diana's not there.
These
And
people
how
are so disrespectful.
they
Like,
are
I
disrespectful.
feel like it's a generational thing.
Right. And basically says that, he's going to be remembered for what people said about him. So Tariq is like questioning if that's the case. Do they feel that way about his family? And they're like, well, bro, I kind of do. So Tariq checks everyone and tells them to put some respect on Diana's name. I mean, that's basically what he said. He didn't say it like that, but I'm saying it like that. Now we see
that the media will spend it for whatever, for their own agendas. Basically, have some respect. Her father just died. Like, y'all are doing the most.
They were doing a lot. I would have had, well, I guess Diana's not there, but somebody would have got the ass whooped. Somebody would get the ass whooped. So now we see Monet sitting with the kids and asking for help with the funeral. They're sitting around debating whose crazy plot is responsible for getting their father killed. And now Monet lets them know that she doesn't want anybody making moves until they have proof, which makes Drew angry. And Monet is so manipulative that I don't think I realized to the end of the episode. I feel like she set Drew up to do this, even though she said, no, I don't want you to do it. That's not what she really meant. She set him up like she set Gordo up, I feel like. You didn't get that? Because the way she kept saying, don't you go after those Russians, don't you do it. And it was like, but he's going to do it. And then you're going to tell him, well, you're in charge now. It just made me feel like you were setting him up for the okie doke because you knew what he was going to do. Just like she did with Gordo. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. I'm just saying. Just my thoughts. And if
I know she
it's like 5, 6 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't. Just saying.
And that subscribe button if you didn't already hit it.
Yeah. Like I said, don't unsubscribe.
Right. Be like, well, you said to hit the subscribe button.
Right. Jeremiah, I think Effie is gonna go to jail and they're gonna bring up Lauren to her and she's gonna be surprised that she's still alive. See, you be saying some stuff, man, that I gotta really be giving some thought to. Because I can really see that happening. Because we all know she keeps saying Effie, Effie, Effie. They can't implicate Tariq. So the only way to get Tariq would be to bring Effie in and question her. And especially because she's mad right now. Not a good look. Not a good look. Good job. Here we go.
Yes, Monet set Drew up to cover her tracks.
Look at that. You finally got some sense. Thank you, Mr. Wright, for coming into the chat. Welcome. So they're talking about that and making moves, and then what happens? Then Kane questions Kane questions Monet, y'all, and it's like, you were so interested in Lorenzo the other day, and she comes at Kane and is like, I love this part. She was like, you think that I would kill my husband over 20 years? And
the father of my
children. I said, look, them acting classes is working for Mary. Y'all
what you think about that, Mr. Wright?
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
Look, he gave you some range. That's what you was looking for. But basically, she tells him, I love how she was like, but yeah, if that was the case, I would have killed you for keeping secrets. I said, you better tell him. And of course, he excuses himself because he realizes that he about to get caught up. So he don't want to get caught up. So he just leaves. And then,
he handed him the insurance, the life insurance policy also.
She did do that.
And told him to make sure he keeps that money clean.
What up, Naya? Welcome. Make sure you hit that like button, please, as you're coming in.
And that subscribe button.
You're so funny. I think she's already subscribed. But
we gotta cover all bases.
And so basically, I love when she also told him to stop putting 2 and 2 together because his dumb ass always ends up with 5. I said, Jesus.
Blatant Truth said Kane knows she had something to do with it.
Blatant Truth said Kane is playing chess with all of them. He knows Monet has something to do with it. I agree with you, but I think he knows his mama. He's scared. He wouldn't. I don't think he would be bold enough to call her that. Lorenzo is not Monet, as we know. So I think that he would be too scared to call his mama out. Jeremiah said, I think Effie gets locked up end of next episode or episode.
Ooh, that fast?
Okay, Jeremiah, I got one for you. I think Diana's going to get locked up before Effie do. Let's talk about it. They got Diana on camera. They sitting at the services with the surveillance video.
And just chilling, waiting to get more.
Right. Okay. We'll get there. How we gonna have a whole shootout and the feds was sitting in the church and for the service and don't nobody did nobody have questions about that? Because that was very weird to me. But whatevs. Let's move on. So now Tariq jumps Brayden coming out of the elevator.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. He's whooping Brayden's ass. And Brayden, confesses to trying to get Lauren out of town for her safety, as he asked. And basically tells him that Kane said she had to go because she had them on a wire. So Tariq is confused about the whole wire situation.
Like, how did he even know?
Right. And then he then realizes Effie was in on it the whole time. And now he know, you got to go. Again, I still don't understand why Effie is alive in this episode. Diana is going to snitch if the cops arrest her. Absolutely. Diana does not give me the type to be
to me, she's technically a civilian.
Yeah, she might as well be Lauren, right. Basically. Now, Saxe is sitting with Tate and try to get him to make some moves to get Rollins out.
I don't know why. I just love how dirty he can be. He's not like super dirty. But like to get what he wants, he's dirty as hell.
Oh, absolutely. The only thing Effie guilty of is not being truthful to Tariq.
And trying to kill Lauren.
That's true, Naya. I know Naya likes Effie.
I'm confused. What? She thought she got a whole body on her. What are you talking about, Naya?
Look, what she say? Sometimes we just have to do Tariq.
Right. That's probably how Naya's look. She had to do.
Look, that's how probably Naya's looking at it too. So Saxe and Tate are talking business. Saxe tried to offer his watch to Tate, and basically he told him it was trash. And he wants Davis to make an opposition campaign against his opponent in order to help, and wants him to do his dirt, basically. So then, let's see. Jeremiah, I wonder if Tariq was recording.
I thought about that too. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about that too.
That never crossed my mind. This is why we have these conversations. Had no clue. That never crossed my mind.
It just never came up.
Here's my thing. I find it shameful in the world as gangster as he's supposed to be, that you would travel that far, leave her there in the woods. I'm sorry to give it away, but you already know what happened, but we'll get there. But wouldn't bring a gun, but you're going to bring a something to record on?
Listen, I don't know if he brought a gun. Okay. I hoped he brought a gun, but we saw Effie going for hers. He wasn't going for nothing.
Lord,
Tariq said, look, I got enough bodies on me, okay? Look. Girl, look, I still got love for you. I'm gonna leave you stranded.
Now Jenny rolls up after Tate has left, and she wants to apologize for not telling him what's up. Saxe wants to know if she fabricated Lauren's accident. I think I said that. I was like, maybe she really didn't roll into the river like we thought. Maybe it was all made up, but she lied about everything else.
But Effie said that she put her, like she turned the car around and drove her into the river.
I see, that's the confusing part. But when he says that, I feel like he's saying that for a reason. And I feel like I've heard other people say this, like, oh, they didn't believe. Look, blatant trust, I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know. Maybe it is fabricated. Jeremiah, we love your inside.
But then how does it go along with what Effie did?
Huh?
But then how does it go along with what Effie did?
I don't know.
You like, look, This is look.
Naya gonna come with her cake for Effie. The fact that Effie didn't seem to know where they were makes me think that Jenny was lying about how Lauren was found.
So,
uh-huh.
so let me say this, right? I know once they got there, she was like looking around like she didn't know what, or she was playing dumb. Who the hell knows? But you notice in the car ride over there, where he was like, "That's it. That's all you got to tell me." She starts looking around and got scared. And got scared.
Well, because all she saw was woods around her. I'd be scared as hell too. Especially if I knew I had some information that.
And listen, a lot of things look a lot different in the dark when you scared as hell and trying to make sure you cover your tracks.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I think Effie believes she got a body on her.
I don't know, but you know what, Naya? You might be right. Maybe she ain't got a body on her hands.
Well, no, she don't got a body, but I think she believes she got a body. And I think it's for good reason.
So basically, Jenny lets Sax know, or Sax basically tells her. So basically, he's trying to understand how she was able to keep Lauren in protective custody without having like an open case or whatever. And basically said that, oh, so you opened up a new investigation through using me, basically. And she's like, well, why does it matter? Why does it matter? I gave you some cooter. Why do you care?
I gave you some cooter.
I mean, she clearly didn't want to. That's why she cut it off real quick. She got what she needed and moved on. So basically, she lets him know that, if you don't want to cooperate, then basically, I'll bring up the fact that you brought a whole gun to truth. And that will be used against you. And, she says it'll display a pattern of criminal intent and even rope him into the RICO, especially.
I said, Jenny, you playing dirty. I was dirty,
look, that's why, once Jenny got her ducks in a row and got her shit lined up, that's why she stopped messing with him. She was like, I ain't got to give you no more cutty. I done did my part and got the information I needed. I no longer have to do this. Because it's gross. So
said, wow. And then he was like, so you treat me like a perp now? She was like, yeah. Till we back on the same side, homie.
Right. You were never nothing more than that. So Jeremiah says Tariq was on that take care behavior this episode. Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Naya said Sax let Jenny blackmail him and he folded. I would have been like, but you illegally holding Lauren hostage. I hear you.
Look, technically not anymore.
Right. Blake said Jenny is seeking revenge for losing that case. She was hot. That's what it is. That's what it is. I just wouldn't. There's no way I would have found having to give my goodies to Sax as a way to, that wouldn't have never made me feel better. But I guess in Jenny's mind, what else? Now, Tariq and Effie are cruising together. They just riding along.
You just got first of all, it would have been like
that should have been a red flag. He
right?
went to the whole
you got a whole brand new Porsche and you rented another car.
Yeah, that would have been, Effie to me seems a lot smarter than this to end up in this situation.
She in love. She dumb in love. So,
and then I even noticed his toxic was playing Janae in the background. In the car.
What was he playing?
It was one of them, I'm gonna kill you. Like it was one of those.
A lot of her songs are like that.
I know.
That's not very specific.
Shout out to Janae. I love Janae Aiko, but we gotta admit some of her songs are a little toxic. Anyway, I hope Brayden learned his lesson. Tariq whooped his ass. Yes, I think he did. And you know what I thought was so funny is because I was like, well, you know what? Didn't Tommy have to beg Ghost back to get back into business with him after betraying his trust? I'm just saying.
Trees. Not Tommy. Jesus Christ, let it go.
Now, Naya said, oh, yes, Naya. That was my favorite part. I'm not even going to lie to you. That was so funny.
And look, and she noticed it right away. She's like, damn, that's it? Homie?
That's it.
Like,
So he tells Effie he really cares about her, y'all. He says that, there are things she doesn't know about him. This is what I didn't understand. Please help me understand, Shade Squad. He starts telling her about the guy, the dirty cop he killed, in regards to his sister. He brings up Tasha's plans to get rid of his daddy, but says he took care of it. Y'all gonna leave me alone, Jeremiah. Y'all gonna leave me alone about my Tommy love. Oh, she had a question for Naya. But yeah, so basically he's telling her all his dirt, and I didn't understand this part because that's why I really thought she was gonna be offed. Because I was like, you don't open up your confessions.
I mean, technically he didn't actually say, I took care of my dad. She was just like, and you did what you had to do.
He insinuated that.
You don't get locked up for insinuating anything.
Well, anyway, so basically she then admits that, there are things she hasn't shared with him as well. And then she tells him that, there's a lot of effed up things going on in her household, and her mom had dudes in and out. And then I think this is when we realize that maybe Noma isn't her mama. But then I was telling Nels, I said, Noma seemed like she been with a lot of men. I'm just saying the number of exes she out here killing, and I don't know. So maybe she had.
But she also don't seem like she got time. She also don't seem like she got time or patience to be laid up with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and letting them touch on her daughter, and then marrying them.
That's true. But Noma is a little fucked up. We clearly know that.
I don't think fucked up in that way.
Well, anyway, she shares her heartfelt story with Tariq, and Tariq shrugs that off and says, "I'm sorry that happened to you, and there's nothing else you want to tell me." I said, "God damn, Tariq, what happened to sensitivity?"
Right?
Damn. Sadly, I feel like she was telling the truth in this situation. It was a true story, but wrong timing to open up. Correct.
Yeah, correct. He was looking for a totally different story.
Right.
He was looking for the Lauren story.
Right. So basically, she starts to realize her surroundings and, gets a little nervous and asks where they're going. And he takes her back to where she supposedly pushed Lauren into the water. Effie tries to lie through it. And Tariq finally tells her he knows she tried to kill Lauren and asks her how Kane knew about the plan to get her out of town. Effie feels like she knew too much and wore a wire, and why is she any different than anyone else? So Tariq has to explain to her because she's a civilian. She's not in this game. She doesn't know this lifestyle. And he tells Effie she fucked up, basically. And Effie tells him he fucked up because he should have done it himself, so she had to do it for him.
Wrong road.
So Tariq, well, I think at this point, is this when she shows that she got a gun? So he don't.
I think so.
I think so. So then Tariq says he believed everything she said because he loved her, and he tells her, "Fuck you, find your way home, bitch." Straight like that. Now, okay, Jeremiah said if Lauren is Noma's daughter, that would explain where all the snitching comes from. What? I'm so lost.
Oh, wait, if Lauren is Noma's daughter?
I don't think anybody ever, because I thought we saw Lauren's parents, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We saw Lauren's parents like earlier at last season when she was getting in trouble and wrapped up in the drug thing, and they had to take. Yeah, so I don't think.
Didn't they go to the school or something?
Yeah, that's just my thoughts, Jeremiah. I don't know. I can't say that you haven't proven us wrong before. I'm just saying. I don't know. It might be a reach. Lauren is the Noma's daughter. I'm still thinking, since we ruled out Effie, it's Kiki. Kiki to me is now the daughter. But here go Reddy.
I guess. Part of me still wants to believe
he's losing his patience with us.
Part of me still wants to believe it's Effie just because we don't know who her parents are, but it's really not making sense that it's Effie's parents.
Right. So now Lauren actually gets to sit down with Saxe as she asked for. And, she basically says she doesn't want to testify against Tariq and send him to jail for something he didn't do. And Saxe lets her know that Tariq is far from innocent and got a couple bodies on him, and brings up his past of trying to, and how he was trying to prosecute him and put his father away. And Saxe explains how Tariq was groomed to be this way and has been selling before high school, and basically that's what got his sister killed. He says that everything that happened in Stansfield was Tariq, and her testimony may be the only thing to keep Tariq from committing crimes. It gave me only you can save Forest Fires.
Forest Fires. You're so stupid.
Look, oh, Jeremiah said he's joking. He would be upset if that's the outcome. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, am I crazy? And I was like, I really be believing Jeremiah. So you could have probably sold us and I would have been sitting there. Jeremiah, it didn't happen yet. Now, Tariq walks in. Hold on. Oh, so Brayden and Effie are at the penthouse.
The stash house.
Oh, is it the stash house?
Well, it's like it's the warehouse.
Oh, okay. And they realize they've been kicked out of the business. Effie is blaming Brayden, while Brayden blames her for admitting what happened to Kane. And I was like, look, there go Brayden being quick on his toes.
Look at Nia. Look, she loved Effie so bad. She
I
loved
know
Effie so much.
Dude, that's that Effie. Lauren is so gullible. I feel bad for her. So yeah, no, Effie is blaming Brayden and Brayden's blaming her for admitting what happened to Kane, which is true. And they both agree that they're done with each other at this point. And clearly out of work. So they both
Brayden was like we have a choice. Like, are you for real?
Right. So then Tariq walks in and Kane wonders where Effie and Brayden are, of course. And Tariq lets him know that they've been removed from the business. And Kane asks if he found out what happened to his other bitch. I was like,
oh, you're so ballsy.
And you know, but it's like he told Brayden, there's a reason why he didn't murk me. I said, is Tariq really out here scared of Kane like that?
I don't think he's scared of Kane, but he's more.
Now, I think maybe the repercussions if he kills Kane, I could see that being the concern. But I feel like Tariq should have already taken him out. Squad,
I feel like
let us know in the chat, but I think Tariq could have been taking Kane out by now. I'm still wondering what's taking.
I think he's too smart to do that. I think if he wanted him out, he would have got somebody else. He would have figured out a way to get somebody else to take him out. He's not. I can't see him doing it himself.
Okay. Oh, hey, new friend, Michael.
Yes. Hi, Michael.
I ain't gonna try to pronounce your last name, but hey, Michael. Don't be surprised if Tariq don't set up or kill Kane by the end of the season. Okay, thank you.
I can see him setting him up.
I was like, it's just taking a little too long for me.
It's just that
Michael, if you haven't already, please hit that like button as you come in. We appreciate you. Monet is in the way of that. Thank you, Blatant Truth. I agree with that. I think that's what's stopping him. Because then Drew would be coming after him. Monet might come after him.
He would set him. He can outsmart him and get him and take him out rather than actually doing it himself. He's not dumb like Kane. Kane would be the one to pull the trigger himself. Right.
And then Nia said Kane really thinks Tariq is scared of him, and that's far from the truth. I agree. Because as what did Monet say? With Kane, is 2 + 2 = 5. So Tariq out here speaking Italian and all types of craziness. So I think that yeah, he can definitely outsmart him. Now, yeah, so basically he addresses Tariq, lets him know that he knows what's up, and that he found out Effie had something to do with Lauren. And Kane, asks if he's gonna get rid of him next. And basically says, because we did what you should have done. So Tariq lets him know that, because of that, there's now an investigation into them. And Kane thinks it has nothing to do with him. That's how stupid he is. That goes to show how stupid Kane really is. This bruh just told you it's an open investigation. You like, they ain't got nothing to do. What did that man got to do with me? So
he was like, worry about fixing it on your own time, because I ain't got.
Yeah, he's like, we got to move this work for Noma. And Tariq reassures him that he got it because he's gonna get Diana to help him move it. And of course, Kane is a little smart because he's like, where's Lauren at? Oh no, I'm sorry, Lauren. What's the girl name? Effie. Of course he gonna go looking for Effie's ass because he knows she's sitting up in her room thinking about Tariq. I mean, it is what it is. Quiet as it's kept, I want Kane to survive. Blatant truth. What is going on? What is really going on in life? Come on. I can't. I hear you. For eye candy, as quiet as it's kept, I do need him to stay on the show. But as his character, the evilness, the I don't
He's
know.
literally the only eye candy on the show. Well, maybe not to you. You like Tate.
Oh, I was gonna say, ain't nobody look better than Tate.
Oh,
Then you got
and
Method
Meth.
Man, girl, please. It's a lot of other options. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
but
other
they're
good
not
people we can work
okay.
with
Like
outside.
for them, like we've seen their body, so you expect to see it every now and then. So it's like when you don't see it, it's like okay, like y'all are always suited up. Like I mean, it's cool, but and Woody, he just he just on his flash shit all the time.
Okay. Let's move on to the next topic. So Kane calls a meeting with Brayden and hands him Lorenzo's life insurance policy and basically tells him he wants him to clean the money through Weston Holdings, is what I was getting.
Mhm.
Brayden tells him to invest it and basically he'll handle it. And Kane ain't really looking for that. And then questions why he
Agreed.
right. And what you say agreed to? What it
The blatant truth.
he brings that added drama. Reek does not do it. Okay, I'm gonna give you that. I'll give you that blatant truth. I will. Effie or Brayden could take out Kane. He wouldn't see it coming. Well, we know Brayden ain't taking out nothing, unfortunately.
Nobody.
Nobody. But I could see Effie doing it. But again, Effie's sitting up in her room like Brandy. So we'll see what happens
And
with
now
her.
she ain't got no reason to flip on him. Now.
I'm not gonna lie, that disappointed me too. That and we'll get there. We'll get there. So anyway, Brayden tells him to invest the money and he'll handle it. Kane ain't really looking for that. And then questions why he got kicked out, of the whole crew or whatever. Brayden knows, because Kane will murder Tariq. That's the only reason why he's still around, and says he needs to give Tariq the same energy, basically, since he just sits on his ass at Stansfield. And he reminds him that he took a rap for Tariq and, basically to find a way back and he'll think of investing. And I was like,
Did you feel like Kane
what? Blatant truth. That's why we need Kane.
Did you feel like Kane was wrong for what he said? Like basically Tariq should forgive him for basically everything that Kane told him?
Absolutely. Do we know? I mean, we've seen numerous times where what's his name? Brayden has had to come in, and because of who his family is and what they do, and let's just be honest, because of his race, has been able to get Tariq out of a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, is it a terrible mistake? Absolutely. But to blatant truth's point, now I see it makes more sense to me why we keep Kane around, because we need him to basically tell Brayden, go get some hair on your balls and let's work this out and figure it out.
Yes, we do.
You can't let this motherfucker punk you and out your own money. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna do the same thing with whatchamacallit, Effie. And basically he's gonna come and be like, I brought Effie back, which of course is gonna cause some beef between him and Kane. Eventually it's gonna end up being Kane and Tariq, I feel like, towards the end. Let me know. Drop a comment in the chat. Let us know. But I definitely think the end of the season is going to be Kane and Tariq really going at it. Effie and Brayden can say, oh yeah, nice at that. Blatant truth, he's moving a lot smarter this season. He is. I will give you that. He is. Now,
she's standing 10 toes down for her boo. I know that's right.
Y'all are so funny. So we see Lorenzo's funeral. Kane and Drew are approached by some guy that gives them a few stacks. Oh, was it his funeral or his repast?
It was the repast.
It was the repast. Okay, I'm sorry.
Am I tripping? I thought that was after a funeral.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the repast. So Kane and Drew are approached by some guy that gives them a few stacks.
Kai. That was Kai, the one that they met up in the penthouse that day. That they was trying to do a deal
with. See, look at you, your memory, because I damn sure didn't know who he was. But he said that the hood is unsettled by the fact Lorenzo's murder hasn't been, resolved or basically retaliated against. So he goes as far then to be disrespectful and say Monet looks like she need a shoulder to cry on, y'all.
Why he do that?
Look, Reddy, you might have got your wish. You might have got to see some Monet. If he would have kept going, you might have got to see.
You see what Monet said to him?
What?
Monet wasn't going for it. She was like, my boys got me.
He was trying to have her another way.
She said that man was a clown. She was not worried about him.
Yeah, he was. So Drew wants to go after him, and Monet breaks it up. Obviously, Drew wants to answer for their father's death, and is upset that they're not doing anything. And Monet lets him know they won't be doing shit until basically they know that there's proof of whoever's done it. So for some reason, And can we talk about where did the Russian idea come from? Like, how did that pop out of nowhere where it's like, it has to be the Russians?
Because he thought that they would be the only ones to retaliate.
And am I wrong? The Russians are the ones they went to get the guns from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. I was just like, why are we? It's so many other people that don't with the Zahadas and Lorenzo. I just,
I think the only other people was the other people that they took out, the GTG.
Well, yeah. Basically, after that, she, Monet tells him to calm down and lets him know that, once now that he's gone, Lorenzo's gone, Drew's gonna be in charge. And so he's gonna be running things and basically keep that between the two of them and ask him, don't do anything reckless. And I said, here she goes. She's playing chess, not checkers. She's playing chess. So Diana's preparing for her father's funeral when Celine is in her room and he makes a smart comment about commonality and fate. And I was like, well, this is kind of fucked up. And this sets Diana off. And she tells him basically he called her dad a criminal in his home at his repast. And Celine tries to make her realize that all these people that are at this service are a representation of who her dad was. And because she grew up like this, that's why she thinks it's normal.
I said, yo, you are so
disrespectful. I said, who says that it's somebody's?
I said, yo, you are so disrespectful.
Yeah. Look, when woke goes wrong. When woke goes wrong. So and Diana tells him basically to get the fuck out, and or her brothers will help show him the door. And it was terrible. Now Brayden, y'all keep sleeping.
I ain't gonna lie, I had some respect for Brayden with this
scene. Okay,
I had some respect for him with this scene.
Brayden bossed up and he done locked Tariq out. The penthouse, the warehouse. He said, "You're locked out, won't let you in." And he tells him it's half his company and he will cut him off from the warehouse and tells him that basically you better put some respect on this Western name. I own all this shit. And so Brayden apologizes to Tariq for what happened with Lauren and said they're family and family forgives. And that's when I thought of Tommy. Because I feel like Tommy would be like, I'll shoot your baby mother, but we family, we forgive. Like, I'm just saying. So Tariq says he expected him to tell him the truth and says that he and Effie are no different than his family because they can't tell the truth about anything. Blatant Truth says, I'm surprised Monet allowed him in Diana's room anyway. He has to go. We've been saying that, Blatant Truth. Salim need to catch a bullet. And you know what?
He got to catch a bullet, though?
I wouldn't be surprised. Speaking of that, how we got shots ringing out and nobody gets hit. I'm just so confused. Brayden has to bring Reek back to reality. Yes, he does. It makes him realize this is who you are. And I am a part of who you are. Now, Tariq goes to visit Raina's gravesite. And, he's talking to her about how he feels he can't trust anybody. Wishes she was there. And Grandma, Big Mama pops up.
Came out of nowhere.
Right. And, says he needs to look at himself for being trustworthy and tells him in between her court-ordered rehab, she comes every week to see Raina. I said, and she lets him know that he basically has reaped what he sowed. She tells him she's alone in this world because of him. And Tasha and Yaz are gone, and so is Raina because of him. And I'm not going to lie, in this moment, it reminded me all over of why I couldn't stand Tariq from the jump. It did. For a second, I was like, you know what? This is why I did not want to review this whole season. Because I didn't like this motherfucker. I'm still mad about Raina. But then I had to bring it back. We're 3 seasons in now. I've moved on. But still, it brought back bad memories.
You know what got me? When she was like, you're just like your father. Basically, you need to stop now or you're going to end up right beside him. I was like,
Basically, she said, get out. So now Gordo goes to see Drew and he's at the bar. He tells him the Russians had something to do with his father's death. And basically he needs his help because he doesn't have the manpower to do it. So Gordo asks him if he's sure. And Drew feels he has to do something. And so he asks Gordo if he's in and he tells him he would have done it if it was his father. And I said,
we know you would have.
We know you would have. You know what? What is going to happen? Because I do see this happening. What happens when Gordo gets popped? Is Drew going to be able to go on without Gordo?
Because they like real,
Or is he going to get shot behind trying to protect Gordo and running
they
around?
like real ride or die with each other.
Yeah, and somebody going to die. Watch. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think, Shade Squad, but I think somebody going to die. So Tariq rolls up on Diana and she's having people over at her apartment. Salim arrives with flowers and, they stop him in the hallway and they say, hold on, buddy. She already got company. So he's like, hey,
like a dude?
Like a dude? And I was like, if this is how we got to get rid of Salim, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If you
no. For me, it was the fact that he was like, oh, no, but she's going to want to see me.
Not after you just talked about her daddy like you did.
But who the hell you think you are?
I don't know. He was tripping. But yeah, so basically he trying to check up on her, but Tariq is in the room and she tells Tariq she's still looking to get rid of her stash from the candy shop. And Tariq is surprised hearing that, Diana was the one managing that. And he tells her he has some codes to some lockers. Is that really him?
Mm-hmm.
Salim?
No, not Salim. The other dude, the one that said that there was somebody in the room.
Oh, okay. Somebody said Diddy's son was on here, but I was like, please don't tell me that corny nigga Salim is Diddy's son.
Yeah, no, that was him.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Because I was like, oh, Diddy. So basically he's so surprised that Diana was the one handling that. And so he basically lets her know she can store her stuff in the lockers. And it wasn't just me, y'all. Did this kind of feel like a setup too? Because how did we not realize that there were cameras on the lockers? Did nobody know? Is everybody
I think that there were never cameras on the lockers before. They had just added cameras on the lockers. So I don't think anybody knows.
She did. Dirty Diana got it in twice this episode. And Reddy was very happy about it, I'm sure. I'm just saying. Now, but yeah, so she's like, oh, I got to give the eulogy at my dad's funeral. And he's like, I've been through that stuff before too. And yeah, it's hard. Just, speak from the heart. Spoke about who he is, how you knew him, basically. And then, her and Tariq get nasty, as we know. And she's like, but what about Effie? And he's like, me and that bitch broke up. We're done. And
then he went right back to kissing. I was like, oh, okay.
I said, well, it doesn't take him long to move on.
Not at all.
I felt like, wasn't it like Lauren died and then he smashed Effie? It really don't take him long to move on at all.
At least at least we know that's not him in real life. He has a real long-time girlfriend.
You're terrible. Mike, you're terrible. So, now Drew is working his mission to take down the Russians. He's posed as some delivery guy or whatever.
Delivery dude. Yeah.
And basically he hits on the girl at the front to gain access after she notices he's not the standard delivery guy. The Russian guy tells him to put the delivery in the corner and get out. Oh, my earring don't want to stay in.
Truth, Jesus.
What?
Oh
no, wait, the truth not. She said it's your child.
Right.
And it really messed me up. Okay. So y'all are terrible, but this is why we love y'all.
The fact that you just started singing that song with this situation is terrible.
So anyway, where did I leave off? Y'all messed me up now. Okay, so yeah, the man is going to make the delivery. He goes, he kills the Russian. Well, he didn't kill the Russian guy because we know Drew don't ever really be killing nobody. He just kind of came in and then Gordo came up and popped him real quick. And then they took down the Russian, but obviously, they're going to come looking for them later, as we know. Night, if they bring Diana in for interrogation after getting caught on the surveillance camera, she will fold. Do you think that she'll fold or stay silent? She going to fold. She going to fold.
Yeah,
I think, I don't know if you were in here yet, Naya, but we done already said we don't think
Diana
would last even a few hours in prison. I don't think so. She's giving Lauren. She's giving civilian. So, then Brayden pulls Kiki aside and says he has an investor. but he basically needs her help cleaning the money. She calls him out for being up to some shady shit and basically says that she's not really here for it. So she agrees to, help make a paper trail and ask if she can
Hold
get a
on.
cut. What?
Did you talk about Effie going to her room?
I think, oh, you know what? I missed that part. Go ahead. Effie did come by.
Yeah, so Effie went to Diana's room to let her know, basically,
Good catch. Good catch. How could you miss that? Because that was a good part.
Yeah. So basically she went by Diana's room to let her know, this candy business that you got going on. Basically, if I notice you doing it, everybody and their mama gonna notice you doing it. So let me in. I got the brains, I got the business going on, and you got the product. We just don't need to let Tariq know about it. Why this girl opened the door wider and Tariq sitting on the bed getting dressed?
He like, hey, Effie.
Hi, Effie. Effie like, fuck y'all. Fuck all y'all. That's exactly.
Don't get me wrong. I like
that's exactly what Tariq did. He fucked all y'all.
Right. But as conniving as she was, and we saw earlier this season where she was like, he just wasn't right for you, Diana. I told you he was some shit. I'm sorry. I was sitting here. What happened to him being some shit, Effie? Oh.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay. Turn the camera off. So don't forget you can be heard.
Huh?
I can hear you. Turn your mic off, Effa.
Hold on.
Anyway, so yes, now Brayden pulls Kiki aside and says he has an investor but needs her help cleaning the money. So basically she calls him out for shady stuff, like I told y'all before. And she wants to help him and wants a cut of it, especially if she's assuming risk by agreeing to help. And I thought this was cute. And again, I'm even more convinced now that Kiki is Noma's daughter, even though I know y'all probably going to disagree with me. Now Diana goes to the lockers, uses the codes that Tariq gave her. And however, as we know, she had cameras on her the whole time, y'all. So yeah, they know that she did it and got her on tape. And again, I'm still wondering where these magical cameras came from and how long they've been there and who knew about them, or if anybody knew about them. Maybe nobody knew. But anyway, so now Tariq is walking to the subway and he's followed by some strange man, which I think he knows he's being followed. And then Tariq tries to run off the train and is met by Obi. Obi suspects him of trying to get out the country. Hold up. What blatant truth. Diana might think Reek set her up. That's what I'm thinking too. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought that. That's why I was like, did he plan this and send her? Because it was giving real mysterious, weird. I don't know. To me, it was just too much of a coincidence that he sent her and then she was the one caught on camera. Just my thoughts. But anyway, Tariq is being followed by somebody in the subway, as we know. And, as he's ducking, he tries to get off the train before it closes, but is met by Obi, and he accuses him of trying to get out the country. And, basically, he's like, you messed up my drop, and this is the money. And, I'm going to be sure to mention to Noma why it's short next meeting. So basically, he tells him he ain't saying, you better not say shit, motherfucker. And he's keeping a closer eye on all of them. He calls his grandmother and tells her he set it up for her to join Yaz and Tasha, and tells her to go.
You're going to interrupt me all the time then. Is that what you're saying? Anytime I'm trying to make a job, you're going to interrupt me?
Basically. Blatant truth. Well, Jenny might have had the cameras added after Lauren gave her the information last week. Okay. Very good, blatant truth. Very good. I appreciate that. So we see everyone at Lorenzo's funeral. Diana's having a hard time giving the eulogy. And Blanca and Jenny are at the funeral with photos of Diana on camera, but are waiting to bust her until they have more. Now, Kane apologizes to Lorenzo for letting him down and tells him it'll never happen again. Hold up. I'm ready. Lauren told Jenny 2 episodes ago about the rooftop. That's where the cameras comes from and how they got the pics at the funeral. Okay, thank you, Imran. I can hear the diction in his voice. He's fussing. Why you didn't know that? That happened 2 episodes ago. I can hear it. If y'all don't know, we actually know Imran in real life. So anyway, so yeah, Kane apologizes for letting him down, tells him it never happened again. As they're leaving the funeral, shots ring out, and the Russians start shooting up everyone coming out of the church. This goes back to my point,
They're
y'all.
using the whole casket to dodge bullets and shit.
And my whole thing is, don't we have 2 cops sitting inside the services? Where's law enforcement when you need them? I'm just saying. And they just out here popping Russians and nobody gets killed. Hold on, I'm tight right now. Pause. Okay, you know what? The Russians have the worst aim I've ever seen in my life. Michael, I agree. Because there is no, again, I don't know if y'all saw anybody get hit or, clap by, but I was just like, nobody got hit, nobody's injured. And again, police sitting on it. And it was clearly it's, scripted TV, but I was just like, where are the police? They already watching you. They were there and they don't think to come out when they hear shots ringing out.
They said, we ain't trying to end up like Whitman.
That part. Damn. So basically, Kane is wanting to know why the hell this is happening. And Drew lets him know that, it's the Russians. And so obviously Kane realizes that Drew got them in a war, and Drew tells him that now Lorenzo's gone. He's stepping up, which obviously rubs Kane the wrong way. And Monet steps in and says Drew had a plan and, made the right call.
I think the different type of Russians.
Right. I ain't never seen that, but non-shooting Russians. But anyway, look, no offense to them. We don't want no problems. But anyway, so Kane,
they might miss you anyway. It's okay.
So all right, y'all. I told y'all how I feel about this scene. Kane goes to visit Effie at her dorm room, and Effie is planning to shut Tariq's operation down, and Kane stops her. Now, Kane offers her a better solution and tells her he would, slide her some product and look out for her because she looked out for him on The Wire, and says that she shouldn't be punished for handling business. And I think we all know or can see where this is going. And Effie is getting ready to smash Kane. Here we go. I knew he was upset. Effie was acting real whack at the end, playing save a hoe with Kane. Hopefully she comes to her senses. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. When she makes some money first.
Finally. So yeah, obviously we finally see
Kane
take
that product.
Huh?
She gonna take that product. She in desperate need.
She's gonna take the product and she's gonna start smashing Kane. Absolutely. And now Tariq has to kill her. I don't want to call her a floozy. Well, you're being a floozy, okay? Now you're working with the enemy. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. And definitely what can't happen, he can't wife up Diana and then Kane have Effie and it be some whole, because I told you what's gonna end up happening towards the end. I feel it's gonna be Kane versus Tariq. And I'm just
confused. My thing is, I'm confused. If you're so happy that Lauren's alive, why are you now smashing Diana?
I was confused about that too.
I think come back eventually.
I think me and M. Reddy had a conversation the other day. We were on the phone and he said that because now Lauren is like an afterthought.
Oh, she's an afterthought.
Because he thought she was dead. So he's kind of like already problems. He's already moved on from her. Am I wrong, Reddy? Did we not have that conversation? Did you not say that? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
You causing all these problems, kicking out your car and fighting people over this chick, but she an afterthought? And now you smashing the next chick?
Well, I mean, I think being honest with you, I think he would have still been upset with Effie, but I think the fact that she continued to lie to him even up until and he knew, that upset him more because that proves that you'll lie dead in my face.
Mm-hmm.
Look, 3 months is a long time for Reek.
You know what? I guess I did say he move on quick, so
clearly.
I mean, he literally just saw Lauren and he still moved on. He's like, whatever.
He just wants to move to somebody he can trust, but obviously he know Diana ain't the. Why did he keep fucking bitches he don't trust? Can we talk about that? Why do you keep sleeping with women you clearly don't trust? It's beyond me. Now Tariq goes to meet up with Brayden and wants to make a plan to get away from Noma. they agree to make amends to save all of their lives. And he said, you know, Effie's the one with the plan and had the idea. We all know this involves a mysterious daughter that we still don't know who the hell she is. I'm saying it's Kiki. That's what I'm riding out on now. But shout out, I don't think she's here in the live, but shout out to the young lady that dropped in the comments last week and was agreeing with Nels that Effie was a daughter. So anyway, but obviously him and Brayden aren't besties anymore. They still trying to work through their, you know, differences and whatnot. And Monet gets a call from Davis telling her to lay low from, you know, from the whole Russians. And she then sees Lorenzo's ghost.
The ghost of Lorenzo's past.
The ghost of Lorenzo's past. And warns her that the kids will figure it out. And when they do, they'll never forgive her. This is a big rich town. Hey, hey, hey. I just come from the lowest part. But yeah, y'all. So it was definitely a good episode. I was even telling my boo, I was like, it's only the first 15 minutes. And I got so many notes. Like they came out the gate swinging. So I could appreciate that.
They always do that though. Like towards the end of the season,
no, I said she's in quarantine right now. Reek got to get his rocks off. He got to keep Dirty D on his side for her with her thought ass. Bye.
And then sends the devil emoji.
So yeah, y'all, we want to thank y'all. This was actually for this to be
you.
such a chunky episode. So if there's anything that y'all want to say in these last couple minutes, because we kind of went through this pretty quick for it to be so good. But yeah, so if you want to drop anything, talk about anything else that y'all don't understand before we head out, please do so now. If you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit the like button
and that subscribe button.
I'm telling y'all, don't unsubscribe by accident. Okay.
She said if you have not already, okay, you hit the subscribe button.
But yeah, it was a really good episode, and I'm ready for next week. And I feel like I never see the previews anymore.
I have mine on pause to watch it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna run it back and do that because I was like, there probably is one. I was just so happy that I got through it and had time and leisure time to come into the live and be ready. So I was, yeah.
And shout out to Jeremiah for being here early, waiting. Like,
yeah, shout out to Jeremiah for that.
Okay,
we appreciate you as always. I think he's been following us for a while though for our power review. So we appreciate the loyalty, Jeremiah. We know you wouldn't snitch on us. You ain't, you know. You're no Diana. Jeremiah would never wear a wire. And we appreciate you for that, Jeremiah. But no, it looks like y'all ain't got nothing to say, and we're closing it out. So if you do, you can put it on the playback, drop it in the comments. We appreciate y'all for coming through and supporting us every week. We will catch you next Sunday for another episode of Power Ghosts Book 2, Season 3. Y'all have a good night. Love you. Bye-bye. And have a great and blessed week, y'all. But was it bad to say blessed week because we just finished cussing and fussing? And anyway, y'all have a good one. Bye.